So one thing you mentioned, and we've been poking around your basement a little bit looking for gear, was that your dad had a pretty sweet vintage goalie collection. So I see you brought it in today. You want to walk us through what all he has?
Yeah, absolutely. So in my basement, it's kind of just an unfinished basement, and my dad was like, when we first moved there, you can get a finished basement or you can just turn it into a little street hockey rink. And we stuck with the street hockey rink idea. So basically a lot of kids in my neighborhood growing up, we'd throw on the rollerblades and we'd put a net down there and have a couple street hockey tournaments or knee hockey tournaments and whatnot. I would always jump in the net. I wanted to be a goalie so bad. Like my dad, he kind of introduced me to the game, and the reason why I kind of loved it. But there's one thing he wouldn't let me do was he was a goalie and he wouldn't let me play goalie. But it's really cool just kind of see his goalie equipment from the 70s and 80s, and when he was in high school, kind of still lying around my house, and figured I'd bring it in to take a look at some of the leather pads. So the first one we got are these old little Coopers.
The GP 59Ls.
I used to throw these guys on in my basement. I was definitely not a butterfly goalie, that's for sure. Basically stand up only. And kind of my best memory from these was when I was probably in squirts. We had a father-son game, and my dad played goalie, and he wouldn't let us take slap shots because he couldn't get back up wearing these.
One of these are 80s era pads?
A little bit before that. And the crazy thing is, this is the chest protector that my dad wore. There was a little bit of a shoulder component too that we took off, but the fact that that was the chest protectors back then is pretty wild. Like I would wear this playing street hockey, not actually taking a puck to the chest.
Yeah, your old man's a lot tougher than you though.
Yeah. The glove and blocker, the old Cooper
GM12.
The fact that that's the goalie mitt right there. You can just imagine us playing in my basement using these bad boys. Yeah, there weren't too many saves to be made.
You can't find those anymore though. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was cool I'd show you, because I'm sure there's some people out there that are collectors or whatnot that would like this. And then the last part was the old Jason mask. You can see all the chips all around where my dad probably got hit in the head at some point. So just seeing this stuff and whatnot, it looks more like a Halloween costume than anything else, but it's pretty sick.
How does that compare to the Vector V10 you were rocking?
Yeah, exactly. I'd say this is probably a little worse. Look at that, like right in the forehead where my dad got absolutely smoked. And then probably the funniest one of them all is the funniest Cooper goalie stick. Straight blade. Dad still doesn't know if he's a lefty or a righty. But you don't see this stuff too often. Just hilarious vintage. Probably when I was a kid, I taped it like that, like a clown in the basement.
No sock on that one?
No sock. And the cooler thing is my dad played goalie in high school. Probably was a sieve. Sorry, Dad, but he'd play. He said that his favorite games were the ones that he would, play goalie in the first half, and then at intermission go put on the players' equipment. And these are just some of the leather gloves that he used as a player too.
Those are Coopers as well.
These are all Coopers. Almost seems like he was sponsored by Cooper.
Good Canadian company.
Exactly, but yeah, it's a little bit different than the CCMs that fast forward a couple decades later what I'm wearing, and just see how the game has changed and the technology has changed so much. It's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that stuff in, man. That's
absolutely.
I've never seen gear like that before, so pretty cool.